It just scruxed everything. Amy?
Well, like a lot of like an unfortunately large number of other IT problems, it's just a matter of how hard you're shutting down and then restarting the problem.
Yeah, I know. Well, part of it, I think, too, and I wonder sometimes, if you guys have noticed, the new Windows allows ads. I hate that.
Yes. Uh-huh. They need to
I'm
really,
sorry,
they
what?
need to be punched
Pop
in
up,
the
yep,
ear.
Wait,
pop up
hold on.
ads. That's a little pop ups that'll come in your right
This
hand
ain't
corner.
1990. I didn't go back to the past.
I know, but Micro Squish is getting out of the Windows business. It won't be long before we won't be using Micro Squish, which may be a good thing. They may put us all onto Linux and have us doing Linux or something else similar. Or heck, why not just let Apple buy all the PCs and just make it an Apple world?
I don't know
Because
about
then they would
that.
just take the same product, make it twice as expensive, remove all of the peripherals.
You can't see me pointing emphatically, but I'm pointing emphatically.
Yeah.
Well, no, worse yet is they like to claim that something is an innovative new feature that's, I don't know, been around for 10 years in other platforms.
I continue
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
of
emphatic
course,
pointing.
Yeah.
Microsoft never does that. Right.
No, they would never do such a thing. They're good
It
up.
would never happen. Just
They're
keep on believing
they
that.
are upstanding human beings.
Script error string attempted to set value for invalid handler on lock changed. Just X out
Rick,
of that.
that script error has happened every time I've reconnected. That's not a you. That's just a fantasy ground.
Why must they not
But I'm in.
fix their issues? I don't get that. If you see the
Well, they're
issue,
just exchanging their issues for different issues and hoping nobody notices.
my mind hurts. You know, it's funny, and this is why, again, I'm not in love with Roll20. I went from there to here. But it's driving me almost back the other direction. If I wouldn't have invested so much into here, I'd go back the other direction. It'd drive me crazy.
Yeah, I hear that.
Roll20 integrates with everything. I Now again, they're not the fanciest people in the world. They're not fancy schmancy, and they won't load modules and anything else. But that said, sometimes they're easier. I really believe it. And you know what's funny? Fantasy Ground University reached out to me to start doing some stuff with them. No joke. One of the Fantasy Ground people said, "We want you, as part of something." I'm like, okay, why? I guess because I complain so much.
It's possible.
Yeah. And they don't want me there because I will be that guy. I will be that, forgive me, I'll be that asshole. I will. Yay! We're getting most of the people back up again. Yay. All right, let me
Okay,
get.
safe to come in.
Yes. Let me
Looks
get.
like
Is
it.
it safe? Is it safe?
Is it ever
Is it
safe?
safe?
Is it ever safe? Really? Is it ever? All right, let's see. There's the hammerhead, so I'll put that out there for Twilight. All right, there is Twilight. I will have Twilight back by you because that's where she would be, floating along. All right. Yep, that's good. So far, so good with everybody rolling and doing things. All right, so Twilight the Hammerhead, you are first. You have a clear shot to go out after that thing. Now, notable, the two people on that street look like they are nobles of some sort. The two, not as richly given as the other ones that you've been around, but oh, yep, here we go. I will invite everybody to the map. Ta-da! We're back. All right. Everybody's getting in and on. I had some fun getting my butt kicked in a Dragon versus Dragon Battle Royal for charity for D&D 5e with a 10th level female monk. Yeah, I had a purple-haired 10th level female monk. She went against one of the spellcasters who turned into a giant scorpion. It was hilarity. Because
Sounds great.
she can shadow walk. She took the shadow ability for the monk. So everywhere there's shadows, she can do at least a 60-foot step to the next
Oh, did
place.
you design this character, or were you?
I did. I designed it. She was. I hope one day I get to use her in a 5e campaign. She was so much fun. Not that powerful, really. I mean, she ended up going down to 0 hit points, but they did it like a video game where you regenerate and come back up. It was so much fun. So she ended up riding off on the scorpion to be a scorpion riding monk. Go figure. It was a lot of fun. I did it with the Thread Raider folks for the charity for Extra
Cool.
Life. We
Nice.
did it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hilarity.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
So, all right, are we ready? Yep, you rolled for Shara earlier, but did not get the roll for Twilight. Okay, so roll for Twilight. I got a +9 dagger jelly slaying. oh God, you guys kill me. You do.
I'm sorry. Every time I get the chance to bring up to reference Summoner Geeks, I have to do it.
Oh, that's greatness. I love it.
It's in my contract.
All right, so a 13. All right, so the first one will be the jelly, the deadly jelly. All right, so the jelly goes. All right, let's see. 1, 2. And these are not 5-foot squares, by the way. They're 10-foot squares. So. Shara, no, the jelly's 23, so Shara gets to go after that, which is right now. The jelly just moved. I don't think its reach is going to get to you guys. What, Cassie? The child's got the cat locked in the room. Alright, one jelly of happiness. Ooh, that didn't go good. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Any other modifiers? Anything? Modifiers? Maybe. I don't know. Any? Shara, you still have 4 rerolls if you want.
I'm over here laughing about that. So many rerolls.
I know. She has been like the 20 queen. She really has. There have been some other of you guys that have gotten up there. Mark Hale's starting to edge up there, and Felix and Chunk. Once in a while, you'll get one in there. And Sil. You know, I have 2. Uh-oh, then I didn't mark them off right. So you have 2 left. Okay. All right.
Darn it.
Still good. That means Aurora's got 2. Sil's got 1. And then Markel's got 1. Yay. Munchkin, open the door to the bedroom to let the cat out. Otherwise the cat's going to sit there and keep mewling. Thank you. Cassie appreciates it. Go ahead, Cassie. I know. Little human let you out. Little human is sweet. I gotta say, though, addressed to you, your cat looked like a killer feline.
Oh, when was that?
Oh, that's the one you put in the sweater. Your cat in the sweater.
Oh, yeah.
The second attack, not normally unless you have a repeating crossbow, no. Because you got to reload, take an action to reload. Now, there is a rapid reload that you can take. And rapid reload then turns it into a free action, I think. Instead of a full move action. On a light crossbow. Not a heavy one, but a light one.
Yeah, on a light crossbow.
Yeah. Heavy, you still got the penalty unless you got a repeating. It's still going to take you a while to reload it. There you go. That hits. You hit the jelly. Do your damage to the jelly. Under the sea. Right between the tentacles. Yes. And now if Ursula comes out singing Poor Little Lost Soul, then you're screwed.
Poor unfortunate soul.
We fought
There you go.
we fought an Ursula, right? Well, I guess no. It was the Grintilo version.
Ooh, and the 10 points, it goes floating off deader than a doornail.
Wow, one shot, one kill.
Well, remember, it took 5 points from Markale first, and then 10 points.
2 shots, 2 kills.
2
Wait,
kills.
that's not how math works.
All right. From that, you just get shocked looks, and the one noble closest to you goes, "Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, lady, and thank you, surface dwellers. We will not forget
It is our
this."
esteemed pleasure. Remember, Markale and her band of heroes are here to save the day.
She goes, I will. She goes, "Come, Tressa." And they start going off talking, just avidly, swimming away. Talking and talking and talking. All right. So from there, you guys can head down here, which, hang on, let me
Do we
just...
see any guards by any chance?
Yeah, they're coming, but they're a ways off. They're
Okay.
towards the gate. They are coming
But
down
they
that way.
do patrol the city, though.
Oh, yeah. So where the circle is where you guys are going to, and then let me put the circle over at the other one for the other smith's shop. Alright, what the heck? Why are you not... There we go. Come on, Fantasy Grounds, cooperate with me. God knows that's a tough thing to do. Alright, Shell. So if I can get Pharasma back on there, because for some reason it wanted to just get rid of everything. There's Far. And then there's Goes. Alright. Now I'm going to try to lock these in so we don't lose them next time. Because you can lock them onto the map. Alright. Mark Hale. I'm reaching for C-Mod. Mark Hale, you do see, as you turn to look, that Shara has some sea bottom muddy stuff that would be considered like the hard or the ground down here, and she has it in her hand. Making play.
Markale is going to
run, screaming.
nope. She's going to make her high-pitched squeal.
Oh my god. And it carries out here. All right. Percentage.
Oh, God.
What will come? Oh, 9! She has attracted something. All right.
No!
Yes.
No!
I love when you do that high-pitched scream. It is my favorite parts of the adventure.
Oh no.
You guys just didn't know that Mark Hale had natural summoning ability. All right. And what... You know what? I'll let you roll your own fate. Pick up some percentile dice addressed to you and roll your fate.
Why would you do that?
Because it's so much fun.
I mean, okay. Okay, hold on.
I'm just getting an image of that Freddy Krueger phone call. I'm your boyfriend now.
Our dice gods, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy sides.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Okay, I don't like interesting. It should be... Can it be a school of minnows?
Yes, guppies. Some guppies come. No, actually. No, I won't do that to you. That would be too
Your happiness is not necessary.
God, that would be too much humor. To say that there are two eels that come out, each one with an opposite glowing eye. I wouldn't do that. Nope. All right. So, coming from this direction, you don't know how in God's green earth it got here. But there comes really quickly swimming a what looks to be a giant octopus. The people are scattering in all directions to see the merfolk. Some are going towards the guards at the gate, but the giant octopus is definitely attracted your direction.
And you wondered why Aurora didn't want to go with Markale.
Oh
If you would have
God!
been here, you would have stopped
Somebody
Shara.
please.
No,
somebody
she
please
would not
ask
have stopped
the full
Shara.
report to Felix
Wait,
on
what?
this one.
No, yeah, she probably wouldn't. She probably would have let it all happen. Let's see, oct. There it is, giant octopede. All right, so we'll see how the giant octopus does. You can keep your initiatives.
I know where this is going.
I just have to roll my initiative for the giant octopus. Oh my God, it so hurts. I love your scream. Don't ever stop doing it. And it's only, you notice, when the mud throwing comes that I do this. So, tentacle porn. Oh my God.
Oh, we were all thinking it.
Oh, yeah. Everybody was. I just love that Akeisha said it, just out loud.
I gotta admit, that does kind of make it special.
Oh, yes. It's what awesome RPG memories are made from. Oh, God, you guys don't understand how much fun I have talking about this group. I do. I have so, and you guys have seen some of the tweets. I have so much fun. It makes my friggin' week to talk about the fun that we have on here. All right, so the octopus is wheeling your direction again from the scream that you're still emitting. Other people are wondering what the heck are going on. You've got people there are merfolk looking from all directions, but they just don't seem to be wanting to get involved in this end of the city. Oh God. All right, so let's see if we can get the sea elf. Let's see, we're gonna do this. There's one of those coming up the way.
I'm just in a permanent face palm.
Yeah, but again, it's so much fun to do. And if we didn't have this
right now,
kind
I'm
of...
thinking, okay, what? Like, it's not the poor octopus's fault.
No, the octopus is kind of neutral. It doesn't know what to do. It's like, is that a mating call? Is that a call of one creature I eat? I don't know. It's looking at the party with its, and coming at you like they jet along and do. So, yeah, and they move quite fast, too. This one jetted from under the other side where it was hiding under the mud of the city over 200 feet. They can jet at 200 feet. So you aren't running away from it. All right, it is initiative. Yes, Felix, you can hear this cry faintly from somewhere carrying. You don't know what it is. Is it somebody singing an opera? Is it someone just singing? Is it Markale? Yes, it sounds like the plaintive cry of Markale.
She's fine, guys.
Oh, don't ask. That's because, Kim and I have had so many laughs about tentacle porn and just the humor of it. Oh, I'm sorry. That's why it just doesn't even bother me. And it goes with the campaign. All right, so still in round one, Shara has just gone. Starlissa's like, oh crap. All right. I hear some unhappy people from behind, or maybe happy. I don't know.
Unhappy preaching.
Yeah. Believe me, you have my 100% empathies. It never stops.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Enthrall. Enthrall, I can captivate up to 100 feet away. And what's its save going to be? Pathfinder. Enthrall. All right. Anyone watching the video? Oh, they will. Oh, God, yeah. They're going to die laughing their rear ends off. So, all right. Let's see. Target with 4 or more hit die. Wisdom score of 16. Okay. All right. All right. So it will try to make its saving throw. And it saves at a will of 7. It is the worst of its saves. And that would have been a beautiful one if it would have stayed on the table. Nope, it makes a 20. Starlissa would not have enough, so the enthrall does not work. So Starlissa has spoken and gone. Now it's to Twilight the Hammerhead Shark. Does the Hammerhead really want to go play with the octopus? It's a large octopus. Will battle versus Felix. Oh, Lord. This is too good. Yes? Okay. All right. So swim Twilight over to it and let Twilight take a bite out of crime.
Octopus, I'm so sorry.
The poor octopus. Minding its own business, really.
I'm so sorry.
It's that day. Remember the Chules did the same thing? They're like, what? Is that our mating call we hear? And maybe that's why. Maybe it really does sound like a Chul. Oh, nice bite. All right. Do your damage. You easily hit it. Ooh, that's some pain. That's 15. There went one tentacle. It's now a septipus. Just basically bit a tentacle off of it. All right. So now to the octopus. All right. Let's see what it's going to do.
I'm gonna swim off confusedly in pain.
No. I'm afraid it does not do such things. I wish. All right. So it has 7 rolls with its arms.
Whap.
So there's 1. Yeah, the problem is it's 2 hit bonus. That one missed. 2. 3, so 2 hits. 4, will a 19 hit your Sharky Shark? Hey, that'll hit. Yeah, well, you know. All right, so let's see. Okay, 18. God, that's not good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She gets one more roll with that because she missed on 1. Yep, she hit 6 times. Fortunately, not much damage from the tentacles. That's the least nasty part of it. Okay, so it hit 6 times, so it's plus 12. And then it's 6 of these. So far that. So 23 and 1 more on top of that. 27 points to your Sharky. Yeah, that's not good. Because I think 27, yeah, it kills the shark. The hammerhead is, well, actually, no, it would. Well, no, it wouldn't have healed because we went in from last session. So That would be 41 points of damage. That puts him a negative 11. Oh, crap. Twilight is now floating upside down. Now you're going to get mud, whether you like it or not.
It wasn't my fault.
So well, no, it did 27 to the already damaged down 16. So I'm sorry, it would be negative 4. It's 43 points total. So it's negative 13. It did 27 points of damage, the 23 plus 4. Because there's so many things that hit. Sorry. At this point now, Shara's mouth and Lyra's mouth have hit the bottom of the ocean. Or the bottom of the city. And negative 11, negative this. It's not pretty either way. What's his constitution? Let's put it this way. What are your constitution, creature? Do you have the con? Okay. So technically it could be... Can you... What's the ruling? Can you resurrect an animal?
Yes, you can resurrect anything
All
that's
right.
not
So-
anything that's not an object, undead, or
Boy, it's a good thing you have a cleric in your party that just doesn't happen to be there at the time.
Well, no, she had 16. I did 27 points of
She has
damage.
16 in. Yeah, you had
27 hit point damage plus what you were down. So that would be a negative 11, right? That's fine. Negative 11. That's... Yeah. Yes, negative 11. That's it. Negative 11. Because it'd be you had 16 hit points and took the 27 damage. You just got to flip-flop them. And then so you'd be negative 11. Resurrectable. Well, no. I did that because I took what it showed. She was negative 14 in the combat tracker. Or not negative 14. She was 14 hit points down, which left her 16.
Yeah.
So then I just added
the
the
other way,
27, and it would have been a total of 41 points out of 30 hit points. If that makes sense. Yeah, because what I did was 30 hit points normal, 16 left.
Okay, so 14 was in the wound
14
box
plus, yes, 27 in wounds equals 41. That's how I came up with that. But then you were saying 16. Thought I miscalculated, and she was down 16 hit points.
No,
and then
you
I'm
did it
going.
right.
So yeah,
It's just that 16 just happens to be close to half a 30, so my brain
Yeah.
got flipped around.
that's okay. That's it. Needless to say, still raisable, just down. So you definitely want to go visit the Temple of Pharasma or Shellen.
Oh,
Or
God,
whoever.
how are we going to explain this to... Okay, you know what? Aurora can never know that this happened.
Yeah, Aurora would lose her mind at this point. All right, Mark Hale, it's your turn. As you watch the horror as the tentacles pummel the shark.
So I hear the fight behind me, and I turn my head, and then I see the blood in the water, and I stop wheeling long enough to, as a swift action, fix the octopus with my hypnotic stare,
Okay.
which will save by 2,
Okay.
and what do I do? I cast.
Oh yeah.
I cast lullaby. I cast lullaby on the octopus.
All right. So that's a will save, correct?
That's a will save. 14.
Hope that I roll crappy. Nope. The octopus is fit to be tied by the singing that it heard. Now it's just fit to be tied because it's in a place it normally isn't supposed to be. All right. So lullaby didn't go. Silly.
Even with the -2?
Yeah, it would have been a 17. The -2. That's right. -2. So 17. So it would be a 17 save.
Yeah. I tried it.
All right, you know, Sil, you can see this is turning into an epic disaster of epic proportion. You can hear the swimming of and can see the swimming of the merfolk guards, or actually in this case, no, they're
Love teriyaki.
aquatic elves. Yep. It'll make everybody feel better. Cassie, you can't get in back there. Sorry, my bohemo kitty. Yep, and we got Pellish. Actually, is Pellish with you guys or not? There's Pellish up on the boat. I think Pellish is up on the boat.
Yeah, I think we left him on the boat because we figure out how to get him to breathe.
Yep. No, the I don't think so either. I don't think Pellish is there. That's why I think I had Pellish where I have him. Okay. Well, welcome back, Aurora Sean. There's a
Gracias.
the dead shark. Yes, Pellish is female. Correct, not a he. Good call.
Ahi tuna sushi tonight?
Yeah. What do they call the octopus? Unagi, I think it is, or something like that.
Unagi is eel.
Eel.
Taco is taco.
Yeah, takoyaki. That's right. It's the octopus balls, where they put them in those little, what is it, breaded, fried.
Breaded and fried. Oh yeah.
Yep. On the same line as calamari.
Very, very similar, in fact.
Calamari's
Slightly
tasty.
different taste, similar texture.
Silently sliced. I feel bad. You just got the shark too. And a helpful one too. And it would have gone up with you if we can get it back. It does, but don't mess with Mama Shark. That's exactly it. So, Sil, what do you want to do?
Syl will. I don't know. The octopus just killed the thing. What else? What does everyone else do?
Looking on in horror. You've seen two people try to rectify with spells. Starlissa beside you, you heard her mumble something, and you saw an aura go around him like she was trying to maybe command him or enthrall him, and then it failed.
All right.
The
Well,
eyes didn't glaze
I guess
over.
she'll just swim up to the front of it and smack it in the face.
Okay. Yeah, one thing in being down here in the city, the more you swim, the easier it is to do just simple swimming. Now, if you're engaged in combat and trying to do some special maneuver, that's where you're going to have to do swim checks. Everything else, you're starting to get the hang of this.
Well, she's technically doing a charge, so.
Okay?
But that's it.
If it's straightforward, it's not a bad. Oh, hey! That's good.
All right. So.
Pap, 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 pap.
Oh, and electricity damage if it takes any.
Yes, it does. So 10 points. It just looks like an octopus. Not angry, not anything. It just doing its thing. All right. So we'll go up to the top of the order. Oops, sorry. Back to Shara. Shara, it is your turn now that... I forgot to put... Is Lyra in here? Yeah, Lyra's roll. Hang on. Lyra gets a roll, and Lyra will get to go, because I forgot about her. Alright, so that'd be a 14. So she normally goes on 14. So she would have done something. What would Lyra have done? Lyra, seeing her favorite loves octopus or shark getting squished. Yeah, that ain't gonna go well. All right. Lyra in angry action. She goes, "This is not right," and then fires the crossbow. All right. Let's see what we can do. Underwater crossbow with that. So plus 10, plus 5. So 10. All right. Plus 10 to hit. And rolls a 19, which I believe is in crossbow 1920 for critical. Yes? Or is it just 20? No, it's 1920 on crossbow. That's right. Because bow is just 20, or is it crossbow? You remember, Josh, is it crossbow? It's 1920 for
Yes.
critical? Okay, good.
1920 times 2.
Yay. All right, so let's see if we can do it. No, she doesn't confirm. Dang it. Oh, well, it's a solid hit. All right. So, D8. 8 points. So she is obviously not happy about her fiance's octopi, or the octopi killing it.
Does she have point blank range?
She has, let me see, I think she does. Let me look on her feats. She has precise shot. Yep, point blank shot. Both.
So she has the movement, and she moved within 30 feet. She could get both a +1 to attack and damage.
That'd be good. She could do that. She can move right about to here and swim up and shoot. Yeah, that'll work. So that'll give her another +1. So that's 9. So it's 34. And yes, but she doesn't have it out. She has a regular magical crossbow. So she's taking into account the things. But an underwater crossbow is 10. Her underwater is still latched to her back. She has the other one. Again, she didn't think about it. She just pulled it and went. So, all right. So, Shara, it is your turn. Top of the order. Otherwise, yeah. She needs to trade in her +1 for a +1 underwater crossbow. All right, moving closer and then crossbow. Yeah. Not a pretty day in the neighborhood. Marv Blinger 2000. Oh no!
What are you doing?
Roll to cut. All right, you got your last re-roll if you want to do
That's
this.
not the right thing. You can't roll that.
I know. You think anger, natural 20. No, this is sorrow, natural 1. You can re-roll it with the re-roll. There you go. That's what we were expecting. All right. Solid hit of a thock on its body. And let me see. Did you hit an eye? Let's say 20% chance to hit an eye. Low 20%. Nope. Didn't hit the eye, but hit the body. Yep. Gotta get off the PlayStation, Minchke. 5 minutes. Okay.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being dad and all the vile things that I do and telling you stuff.
You can never apologize enough for that.
Yeah, you can. But they come back.
That's true.
All right, go play in your room. Relax, breathe, read your... What? All right. You go ahead and do your action. I'll go back to Lyra and Starlissa. Go ahead, Mark Ale. Get your action ready, and I'll be back. Oh, my lord. The
Man,
world
parenting's
comes
so
to an
hard.
end. I know. Okay. We'll talk later today whether you get to play tomorrow.
Y'all are doing awesome
You
with
got
that
5
fight.
minutes. I'm not happy with you
No,
squealing.
no, don't say these things.
You're frustrated. But that doesn't equal screaming at dad.
Hashtag never split the party.
Oh, but this is why you split the party.
No! You guys just should have come shopping.
No, this was not happening. Aurora had no desire to go dress shopping.
Yeah, adventures and it is, and I've learned since my first one who loves me and still calls me and laughs, and we look back at things because I did I don't know how good a job I did. It turned out good, but that may be in spite of me.
Are they still alive?
Yes, all
Then
children.
you did just fine.
Okay. I try. All right, let's see. Lyra. Let's do Lyra real quick. I'm going to get another dad here in a minute. I can just hear it. Dad, my life is over. No, it's not. All right, so let's do this because it's altered
So-
with the...
Yeah, do it.
All right, here we go. And it rolled a 4, and she missed horribly. All right, so Starlissa, she's going to try to enthrall it again. And you have how long does the hypnotic stare last on them?
Until I take it off.
Ooh, good. That puts it at a 5, maybe. And it fails, and it stops fighting you all. She says, swim away quickly. Bother no one. And it starts to swim away. Oh, I should have never let her play the other one. I should have never. I knew better. She'd already watched the show today, already played on the iPad. And now we're having an electronics meltdown. Bad dad. Bad dad.
If it wasn't the electronics, it would have been something else. Those things happen sometimes regardless of what you try.
Yep. All right, so now it's quiet, but this has definitely ruined the shopping day. Right?
There's a cloud of ink and blood hovering in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Raquel just puts her hands on the side of her head. My goodness, all of these dangerous creatures are in this town. You should have let the gods.
Careful, Marcaro, you might get blood on yourself.
Yeah.
There's water.
Inciting another scream.
So Lyra comes up and just wraps her arms around her and just puts her head against her head. And just, it's that empathetic, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yep. She just is like, I'm so sorry. And yeah, Starless is like, oh crap. There is the Temple of Shaylin near here.
Pass.
Healing potions, not past -10 normally. That past -10, but under your con, you need a resurrection. So, and those are normally not cheap animals. Not cheap at all. You can definitely go there. I mean, it's worth to do. Markale, are you going to go with them, or are you going?
Of course, I'm a high priestess of Shellen. What are you talking about, dude?
All right, so everybody kind of makes their way in with the shark to see a woman in just, I mean, she's a merfolk priestess in robes, and she goes, "Oh, Shaylin, what happened?" She goes,
Somehow this dangerous creature. How?
she goes, "That is a sad thing." As she swims over and says, "What can I do for your companion?"
Can you heal her? It makes Shara so.
Yep, 6K, but it's back at the colony. Yep. It's all about what you have now and what you don't. All right. Shark Kitty. Her. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. So, the merfolk who is with says, "The lady will take care of anything that you need expenses wise." She goes, "Okay." She goes, "Anura will take care of it. I will do what I can." She goes, "Anura's a devout worshiper, so I will do what I can to help." And she goes back into one of the rooms. A couple minutes later, comes out with a scroll. And let's see, how long do they normally take? The Raised Dead would work on this, I believe. Normally. I believe you want to use Resurrection more if you go way, way beyond. Let's see. You restore life to a deceased creature. You can raise the creature that has not been dead longer a day. In addition, the subject's soul must be free to return and willing. Coming back from the dead is an ordeal. The subject gains 2 permanent negative levels when it's raised, just as if it had been hit by an energy-draining creature. Negatively, okay, All right. So, she can do it. It doesn't take more than a minute to do. And she infuses the shark with energy. Adjust Shara the hit die down by 2 hit die. And the hit points effectively down by that. They will be, I believe, D8s or D10s, depending on what it shows for the creature. And it'll come back. She'll come back with the amount of hit points equal to her hit die remaining. So if she's a 5 hit die, she loses 2 hit die, she comes back with 3 hit points. Yeah, and Amura's reputation is a good thing. But at the same time, you got to think of it this way. You kind of almost indebt yourself to her in a way, too. So that's kind of good, yeah. She lists at level 3. Oh, God.
You're going to have a level 1 shark with 10
Basically, yeah. And 3 of them, and 1 of them will be back when she's raised.
But you can restore levels, right?
Yes, you can do with a restoration spell. You can.
Yeah.
Which I believe your cleric right now can do a restoration spell.
Oh, wait, we cannot let the cleric... No. Wait.
Aurora can do this.
No. Oh, jeez. No, we can't let this happen. I'm going to roll for diplomacy. Here's what... Okay, Aurora cannot know about this.
Yeah, shark first, reputation last. So speaketh the shark owner.
So, Markale, seeing that, Twilight is still not fully herself, and knowing that this news can never, ever get back to Aurora, is going to swim up to the High Priestess and, demure herself in her presence. Thank you for helping her love. I know that it's a terrible, inconvenient And so, as another high priest, I would like to donate my time here. I'm not quite yet able to do any kind of spell that would help, but allow me to provide my services to you if you don't mind helping Twilight get fully on her feet. And she bats her eyes like an innocent angel that she is.
And roll your diplomacy. Hopefully you get another natural 20 and life moves on in Markale's world. Okay. Let's see. Her sense will be 4. And we'll do a sense on it.
Well, I'm not bluffing.
No,
I mean,
you're
if
not.
you
You're
want me to
not.
bluff,
You're
if you
not.
want me to bluff, I can totally do that too.
Fine. She goes, we need some beautiful works done on these walls. She goes, you can either carve them into the walls or you can use the inks and stuff here to create. She shows you how you would paint, which is kind of different than on the surface. But it works. It stays and is permanent. She goes, 3 days service of this, and I will do the restoration.
Markale bows. It would be my great. Beauty is, of course, one of Sharon's most wonderful characteristics.
All right. So she will do that. All right. So saith. It is, and you'll learn some interesting things from it. All right, so I'm going to move from the one party she's doing the restoration and doing that to the other party. Oh,
What
can you
happens in this town stays in this town.
She goes,
Or what happens
let me
in the temple is what
think.
stays in the temple.
Let me think on this, she says.
Rick Shar said she was going to be back in a
No problem.
Keisha said she'd be back in a moment, so you can probably pause that part too.
Okay. All right, so the rest of you, even though you get the feeling that somebody's walked over your graves, are making your way down to the smithy, and you can see the carvings from the distance on the outside look really beautiful. All right, so as you're coming down, let me just note, I love you that you guys are not afraid to split the party. I know the rules that they teach you. Don't split the party. Don't split
Sometimes
the party.
it's fun.
It is. All right. So as you're going down the street towards that, let me move this here and bring out a... All right, what's her name? It is B. Oh, they don't have it, so... All right, we'll just use this. There is a Locatha right here that is muttering to herself. Let's see if the images have her. Yep. All right, she looks like this. And she is muttering to herself. She goes, go away, go away. You can do nothing for me, outsiders. And she just looks beside herself. She looks... The side fins are moving. She's agitated, but probably not at you. She has some gold rings in her ears, or her fin, right there. And... so... she's not shooing you off, but she's just looking at you and looking away and just beside herself. What you gonna do?
I got no clue. I'm also slightly distracted by the yes, I've got locals.
Okay. So there is Chunk, there is Aurora, and there is Felix.
And who's the fourth that's with us? Is that
Gregorio.
That's Gregorio.
Gregorio.
Yes.
Okay. So Aurora takes a couple of steps her direction, hands in the air, showing no weapons or anything.
That is
Deva Betty.
Yes.
Deba Betty.
It is a
Rick, did you
female
wanna
Locatha.
Rick, did you want to do that little bit between Shara and whatever that you were about to do
No,
before?
we can do it after.
Okay, just want to make sure. So Aurora kind of takes a couple of steps closer and drops down to one knee and looks at her and says, come, you can at least share what is bothering you. Perhaps we can help, and if we cannot, then we will be on our way.
All right, so go ahead and make me a diplomacy. On that, I'll put, there is a merfolk with you. She's kind of in the middle, walking with you. And again, the Betty looks over and sees her, and so that may influence your roll.
Okay.
Yeah, and not necessarily in a bad way.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. There we go.
Nice.
Nice roll. She goes, fine. I owed a debt, and I had finally collected all the money I need. I was on my way to pay when one of the fishtail folks brushed past me. His manner was strange, and when I checked my purse, it was gone. I chased after the fishtail, and he had disappeared around the corner. Now I have to find a way to earn the money again.
How much is the debt?
She tells you it is 5,000, equivalent to 5,000 gold.
I missed all of that from some yelling over here. What?
Equivalent to 5,000 gold. What?
I see.
Aurora looks and says, "What possibly would you have traded, services or otherwise, for that much gold, or that much value? What could be that worth that much to you?"
A debt, she says.
Yes, but what were you indebted for? That's what Aurora was trying to ask.
Do me a sense motive. All of you can. Ooh.
All right, that was I did a knowledge local.
Could have been
see if
worse.
I knew
I have a reroll. I'm going to use a reroll, Rick.
All right. So the reroll gets burned.
And I didn't know.
Yep. All right. So. Aurora.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
There we go.
natural
Yeah,
20
baby.
and gets it back.
Totally
You can
reading
sense
her mail.
definitely she is telling you most the truth, but holding something back, especially to the question you just asked. So,
May I ask your name?
she said, "Dabibidi."
DBBD. My name is Aurora, and these are my friends. We would love to assist you, but we really do need more information. I get the sense that perhaps there's something more that you wish not to tell us, and it would really do all of us a lot of good if you would just share what it is that's really truly on your mind.
She goes, "Surface dwellers, why would you want to help us? They never help us." "Oh, fine." She goes, "Jurex, Queen of the Undertow. She may not believe me. Few like my people at all. She might think I'm lying to get out of the debt. Then," and she trails off. She goes, "It was for an expedition to find a lost boat and return with the treasures from it. I owed her that much in that and more, and now I need that at least to pay her back with the interest." She goes, "He ran," and she points to the left, that way. Or swam that way. I don't know how far. And you can see it's basically around the corner to the right from where you guys turned. Or from the shop that's in front of you. So if you were to turn right between the shops, you might be able to see if you can discern any clues.
Aurora's gonna send Felix that direction, actually. Pointing off that direction to go kind of peek around the corner.
Felix is off and running.
Of
Yeah,
course.
Exactly.
Along with Gregorio will go with him on that one just to guard his back.
Poor impulse control is my middle name.
Yeah, you got to have a little bit of that.
As they're starting to leave, Aurora's going to go ahead and cast Owl's Wisdom on herself.
Okay. He's coming back.
Sure you don't want to cast it on Felix, but
No.
Owls.
There's a reason I'm casting this on myself.
Oh yeah, no, actually no. You can cast like 3 or 4 Owl's Wisdom on Felix together.
Damn, he had a 20 and it rolled over. So he won't, but he is going to burn his reroll again to see it's his 1 that he has. A little better. He thinks he notes something in the shadows ahead. He says, up there. He says, I think I see something. So it gives you a +2 on your roll.
Nice.
So we're doing a what? A perspective?
A perception.
Perception, yes.
Yeah. Your worst enemy.
My perception's not that bad. Where is it, though? There it is.
And you're within 30 feet guidance, too.
Oh! You know, there are just some days. All right, so Twilight's at 3, and the other party gets, not the party that I'm with now, but the other party, gets 800 experience each for their little deal. All right.
All right, back on that. Sorry.
So that's 2 of them. That's all right. That gets that done so everybody can calculate that in. And Markel, give yourself another 120 and 100 for Shara for offering to go above and beyond and serving the temple. I give Markel a little more just because of how she did it and what she committed to. So, but each get a lot. So,
Yeah.
and the fact she's a worshiper. So that's kind of all right. Aurora, are you gonna try anything to see if you can?
Yeah, Aurora. So once Aurora is casted on herself, she's gonna move. And actually, let's see. These buildings right over here, Rick, would she be able to kind of wedge between and see if she can see anything from there instead?
Yep.
Just to try to gain a different perspective.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So right here, beside this building.
Owl's Wisdom for the win.
Right here. There is a very large purse of coinage. None taken from it. Drawstring still drawn. Laying there. Out of sight enough, but that unless you search good enough and look the way maybe you did, it wouldn't have worked. But you find the purse.
That seems really easy.
I was going to say fishy.
And
but
I'm not saying anything to the cat. The cat does not need to know that's there. Okay.
Why do I sense a lack of trust?
Trust?
Basic
I wonder.
yeah, why is that?
wonder.
Not sure. I mean, it's totally unfair, man.
Okay, I am going to. Aurora is going to. Aurora is going to cast. Is it Augury that gives her the ability to? No. What's the spell, Rick, that lets her determine whether an action is a good or a bad idea?
That's a good question. Hang on here.
But she's going to have it now. Yeah, I think it's Augury. I just am not sure.
I
I have to learn all of the cleric spells.
That's all right, because there's 2 different versions. There's the 5e version.
It is Augury.
And it is Augury, yes.
So she's going to cast Augury, and basically the action is pick up the gold.
It is a very good action and a very good one to return it, from what you're thinking.
So Aurora will very carefully walk over there, look around as best she can to try to sense, look to see if there's anybody that's watching the bag, and then not actually pick it up, walk back, and have Chunk attempt a sleight of hand check on it, because she knows her sleight of hand is shit.
Yeah, I'm actually untrained in sleight of hand, but I do have that trap sense. So, I could bull-handedly just go and grab it and hope for the best.
Damn it, Sil, you should have came with us. All right, and then of course guidance on Chunk to give him the +1 bonus.
What kind of skill roll do you need me to do on that?
Sleight of hand.
Well, is that what we were told? Seriously,
Well,
because I'm at a -6 on.
Oh.
Yeah, then you probably just want to walk up with it.
Okay, you're not doing sleight of hand.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I am merely physically a halfling.
What's that? I'm sorry, Cat. I can't hear you. You need to speak up.
I said I have sleight of hand. But
Oh,
no
hey, you're a
question.
cat. You're a cat. So Aurora does kind of walk around the corner. So she had kind of passed by and didn't stop and just kept going and kind of motioned to Chunk to keep walking that direction. And when she gets to that corner, she passes by Felix, kind of points to and tells him where the location is, but does it kind of, kind of hidden as
On
best
the
as
sly?
possible. Yeah, on the sly. And doesn't say anything further and just keeps watching. Casts guidance on him real quick so you can have that for his next, the next grab of the thing. And we're gonna find out that there's nothing to this, and we could have just grabbed the bag all along. And I've burned through 5.
God, I cannot roll.
Oh my
But-
God!
But give yourself, Aurora, 100 XP for this idea because it's just a fun idea. I'm loving this. This is
I'm
just
glad
too
you're
much fun.
enjoying my misery.
I do enjoy this. It's not always the attempt that gets it there, but it's the idea. Yeah,
I think I've rolled a double-digit number today.
as a sleight of hand, and what you would need to do, it kind of, you hear a clinking noise as it drops and clinks to the ground. But that's okay, because the kitty can pull this out and pick it up, and let's see if the perception check of the fish is any good.
Well,
Alright.
and you notice where Aurora is. She should be able to see the fish. So she's
Oh yeah, the
watching
fish.
it.
The fish heard something. She looks around, and goes, "I heard something. I heard something. Where?" And the side fins are going, moving around, like she's trying to figure it out.
Aurora's gonna yell at the fish. Yell at her now. Stay on the ground. Do not move. This is your only warning. As she's beginning to pull out her quarterstaff, looking ferocious and hoping that Chunk also joins that motion of pulling out his hand axes.
Yeah, I'm really wondering what I missed while I was AFK.
Well,
you walked by the bag with Aurora, but we didn't take it. We walked up to
Yeah,
the
but
cat
before then, that has caused us to suddenly have suspicion for Devabiti.
she was kind of hiding about the bag to be she was trying to hide the fact that who she was indebted to and why.
well,
And
did you ask? Did you ask who that person was? And maybe that person. Again, you sensed a motive. It doesn't mean she was lying to you in the sense of setting you up to be killed or taken. It just means that she didn't feel comfortable sharing. She got money from a loan shark.
sure, but if someone had taken that money and then the money is just lying on the ground or even slightly hidden away, not any of it taken, then Aurora's thought is there's something more to it. And that's why she's being more careful with it than just going and grabbing the gold.
Well, again, you don't know. There's so many puzzles in the situation. Again, Gregorio's like, "What are you doing?" Looking at you, kind of suspiciously. Aurora, he goes, "What are you doing?"
She looks at Gregorio and says, making sure that she doesn't try to run.
Okay.
We don't know the whole story yet.
He goes, "To me, I don't think she's lying." He goes, "Believe me, I'm Varisian. Most of my people are loan sharks and disreputable people at times, at best. She is not a thief. Not even a little bit. Maybe stupid," he says under his voice. He goes, "I'm not saying she is not a rogue. She just is not a con artist."
She may not be, but the one that she owes money to very well could be.
True.
The debt that is to be paid may not be necessarily have to be paid in coin.
Maybe we should ask our guide about this individual. Maybe she knows.
Good idea. So Aurora kind of stomps her way over that direction. And we'll proceed to then ask.
Yeah, he just kind of steps back and looks at you quizzically. I mean, not looking threateningly or anything. Gregorio's just quizzical in all this. All right.
Aurora whispers to Gregorio as she's passing by, I've got the cat and I've got the little one with me. I have to be super extra careful.
Okay.
The little one.
He goes, understood. So Talili is standing over in the corner, kind of or not standing, but just kind of floating and looking at you with a look of, she goes, yes, mistress, what can I do for you?
Have you heard of, and it was Jordux, something like that?
Jurex, Queen of the Undertow.
Jorak, thank you. That's what Chunk is great for. Scribe.
You can see,
Yes, I write it down, man.
you can see almost a look of disgust passing her face. Jurix does rule the Undertow, or I don't know what the humans could call it. The garbage,
Underworld?
the garbage, yes, like that. They are shady individuals. People go to her for finances and money, and she does other things that are semi-questionable or more. So, yes, she could loan. Felix. Oh, my God. You must watch Felix. Not as bad as Painvin, but, you know. She goes, I would not have anything to do with her. But, at the same time, I would not slight her either. She will not follow the laws of this city in dealing with situations. She is a Cicalia of power.
And I take it if we were to interfere with her business, that would be frowned upon, at least by her.
Yes, she goes, I would not even mention her name in the alleyways. She has soldiers everywhere in the upper city here that do her bidding. So be careful in invoking her name. She is quite powerful. So
all right, I've got to do it. So Aurora kind of whatever walks back around the same way she walked before. So she's made a circle around this building.
Okay.
And she's gonna walk back over to where Felix is next to the gold. So pick it up. I'm not worried.
All right.
And then walks back to the front before anybody sees.
All right. So you come out holding the bag, and DeBeebe...
Felix is holding the bag.
DeBeebe's like,
Yeah.
you
Felix
found
is
the
always
bag.
holding the bag.
She says you found it. How did you find it? Where was it?
It was under a corpse.
A corpse. So you stopped the person who had it?
No, they were dead.
She goes,
I'm trying to watch her as with a sense motive as much as possible.
all right, do your
while she's
sense.
talking, and I'm assuming I probably need to roll a deception style check.
Yeah, well, you can just do a standard sense. You don't get the vibe she's faking anything. She's truly shocked to see the money. She goes,
Well, that was more in relation to when I said it was under a body. I'm trying to see her if that catches her off. Like this is Aurora's attempt to see if she would have known that the money should have just been kind of hidden away, and if there should be a body there or not. That's what Aurora's trying to check.
Sure. She says, you have my gratitude. She goes, in fact, please take out and keep 500 of it for yourself, for your troubles. She goes, Then
how would you pay your debt?
She goes, I will figure out the other 500.
Aurora shakes her head and says, no, keep it all, pay your debt, get out from under, but don't continue down this path.
She goes, understood.
May I make a suggestion?
Of course.
I suggest you take some time at the Temple of Pharasma and think about what you have been involved with and what this may mean for you long term.
She goes,
Life and death is not something to play around with, and you've placed your life in the hands of someone, it sounds like, who would rather you ultimately dead.
She goes, you may be right. She goes, thank you, Surface Dweller. And she does a bow as she takes the purse, and then you can see she marches back towards the center of town, almost feeling more confident.
Hey guys, we're gonna have an underworld boss after us now. Just throwing it out there.
No problem.
So Aurora turns to the other guys. Don't tell Markale about any of this, guys. She can't know any of this.
So now on the set of the encounters, give yourself, for getting her to Pharasma, another 100 experience for being the evangelist you
I
are.
wanted to convert her, but hey, I'll definitely go.
You know what? You gotta sometimes take what you can get. Let me see.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm totally good with
You're gonna love this. So, party number 1, you're gonna wish you would have stayed with these guys. I hate to say this. 4,800 experience apiece for helping this one out.
That's each? Holy crap.
Each. It was 19,200 for the whole encounter. Wow. No, I'm not trying to dissuade the other group. I'm just saying the other one was a challenge rating 1. This was a CR, much higher.
Wow.
I know.
High fives, guys. High fives. Stick with your cleric.
Yes.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Just had to clear my throat.
Markale's going chewing on side of temple. Oh well, 'tis fun. All right.
It is. No, that was great.
No, it is, and in all honesty, she was telling you exactly the truth.
And like I said, Aurora is well aware that that's not going to shine well on them, in terms of the underground. But sometimes you have to be willing to do stuff that can put people on a path you want them to go down.
Except the shark dead. I agree. Hey, the shark has 3 hit points. Unless you want to do more curing stuff and try to force curing potions, you can.
Or you could always bring the shark to the cleric.
Yeah, and tell the cleric. We had Sark Susie, thanks to the screams, the many screams, the dulcet screams of Markale. And I know somewhere in there Adrestia is commenting, but she's forgotten that she's on mute.
I don't have any points in keep party secrets.
Yes. So true, man.
Chunk doesn't have a deception roll, right?
No, Chunk would not keep a secret probably well. He'll tempt, but it's all sad at the end of the day. All right, so you guys are going to go to the smithy, and you're looking for a dagger.
Yes.
All right. She'll wait outside for you. We'll go back to the other one. So the other party, you got
5,000 less gold than we could have had.
Yes. The rest of you guys are entering back onto the street and heading to the store. Okay, you can try to give that. If you do it carefully, you should be able to do that. Let's see, get rid of this one. Bottom. It's all fun and games until you lose a shark. All right. So as you're trying to feed... all right. Go ahead and roll. You're successful. The shark trusts you enough, even though it's kind of a little jumpy after being dead and coming back. All right. So that is 7 points. That's all right. That gets you back to 10 hit points. Not horrible. So you'll definitely have to take it back to the cleric and now have maybe some other type of story as to why this occurred. All right, as you are doing this, you see, as you're going to the shop, there she is. Swimming up to you seems to be a creature that looks much like a cicala. She has she has pale freckled skin, and her lower body is that of an octopus with emerald green tentacles. And she comes up, nods to the servant, and says to you, heard there were some surface dwellers in town. Looking you ladies over. Looks like the rumors are true. Might you be interested in some trade? Like Al Capone. Yes, she does sound kind of... That would be a very good way to say how she sounds. Exactly. She sounds shifty.
I see you guys. Hey, come here.
She goes, we have a special market for exclusive clientele. In fact, maybe surface dwellers of your taste? She said, I can lead you there. And again, the merfolk goes, are you telling them what I think? She goes, milady, you must excuse me. The undertow has many tastes for many people. Maybe surface dwellers will do better than here in a more high-priced, overpriced market. Would you be interested?
Metagaming time.
No. The other party has no clue.
What on us unfortunate souls?
Oh, it hurts. It does. So, thoughts, anybody? Markale, maybe, since she's kind of the party leader. Yes, we are having a funny of a day.
It's so punny, I'm getting a pun burn.
Oh, it's all fun. Until
someone loses a shark.
Till you meet...
wait, we already did that.
Oh, that's too close to home. Too soon, man.
Too soon?
Oh, no. She's addressing your group, Akeisha. She's addressing Markale, Shara, Syl, Lyra, and your favorite little gnome, Starlissa, about this. The group that hasn't run into the fish that got loan sharked.
Address to you, you're muted, by the way. Just thought I'd share that with you.
Ah, there we go. I didn't think we were there.
Oh, no, you're not there. These events are taking place in different parts of the city.
Separately.
God.
They could have been taking together, which would have make a little more sense. But...
Oh no.
and she's speaking Markale's language. Items that you normally wouldn't get in this. Overpriced items up here. It's almost like she's speaking Markalese.
Markalian?
Yes, Markalian.
Markalian.
Yes, Markalian. I love it.
So, I'm going to... So they approached us.
Yes.
I'm going to sense motive. What am I good at?
Stop!
You got to sense some motives. Do.
She wants to know if they purely want us buyers, or if they maybe want more from us. Like, they want more from us than just our purchase.
All right. No, it didn't get my +9 on there. Why did it not do that? All right. So 19 to your 17. She seems sincere. Though I don't know why I didn't add the +9, but hey. She goes, you are a discerning surface dweller. Sometimes, forgive me, mistress, looking at the other merfolk who gives her just a condescending look. Sometimes others get set in their way and look down upon the treasures that we find.
Well, I suppose if you get them from various means, there's a certain tax that most are not willing to pay.
Well, yes, up here, she goes, they overcharge you in this sector thinking you have money. She goes, down in our area, we understand the people vary in their spendability. And so we will try to match with you the thing that best meets your budget. All right, let's see. Do your sense motive if you got it. And then add 9 to that, so that's 27. Ooh, almost, but nah, she's kind of got you locking. It's the idea of how the language she's using to you, Markel.
No.
It just calls to you. Now, you others can roll too, Shara. You can roll. Syl, you can roll. Lyra can roll. Starlissa can roll. Anybody can roll to see if this one's telling the truth or not.
Well, typically I do like to do my commerce on the up and up. A lot more neat.
I'll roll it, but no. Just as well. She has no ranks in it or anything.
Starlissa came close, but no cookie.
I don't think you need ranks.
I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with the, what did you call it? The undertow?
Yes.
Dealing with the undertow could represent some unintended side effects with our reputation here in the upper toe. Why don't you send someone who's more reputable looking?
I will talk to them, absolutely. At least let them know that there is an interest. Thank you for taking time. If you need and change your mind in the interim between when that person contacts you, just ask for Una.
Well, I want you to be very. You have my hint. Oh, my.
Well, oh, I like the intimidate. She says, understood. She says, thank you again, lady.
Very good. Be gone.
And she swims away. Off. All right. So you guys are going to go to the shop.
Guys, I feel like we're in too deep.
Too deep.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if that was supposed to be a pun or just an accident.
Oh, mother of God!
I mean, if you ask me, y'all's groups, everything's going swimmingly for y'all. Yes, we're going into the shop, Rick.
All right. So we've got this group going down here into the shop, and then we got your group going into the shop. We'll hit your group first and then bounce back. It's kind of a bouncing back and forth.
Sure. How long has it been, Rick, time-wise, since Aurora cast the Owl's Wisdom?
For you guys, probably about 5 rounds. So not too far. This is going on almost simultaneously.
Perfect. Just checking.
Yeah.
Keeping tabs on certain things.
Oh, no, I understand. It's almost simultaneously, so... Alright, so I need to get... Alright. Okay, so you go in, and in the shop, you all see there is... Alright, let me move these out here real quick.
+4 competence bonus to wisdom checks, Chunk. That's how wise an owl is underwater.
Yeah.
Wisdom of the
Makes
moist
perfect
owlet.
sense.
Oh yeah.
All right, so
Don't question me on this, Shorty.
all right. You can see what looks to be a very darker skinned merfolk. He almost has a charcoal gray and red color to him. He goes, "Welcome to my smithy," putting down his hammer. You can see there are some vents that are from underground magma that were maybe heating his forge. He goes, "What can I do for you?" And you can see the merfolk, she swims up and hands, it's Talili, hands him the writ, and he, on what looks to be some sort of not papyrus, but maybe some sort of a seaweed that has been cured into a writing paper, and it is in gold filigree. And he goes, "Ah, so you're guests of the lady. Welcome." He goes, "I would definitely love to serve you and help in your business. In fact, even off the bat, we will give you a discount just for the fact that you are guests of hers."
Aurora turns her head towards Felix. I like this guy.
He goes, "I don't get many in here very often, so I appreciate the business, especially even from surface dwellers. I do not have the stigma that many of my others have. Business is business."
I've heard that from a friend of mine multiple times.
Mm.
Still
He
trying
goes,
to figure out what it means, though.
he goes, "What can I do for you this fine day? Is there something in particular that you are looking for, or even a price range to stay with you?"
I'm looking for a dagger, actually. It's something useful, but not too showy. Showy is not really my style.
Okay. He goes, "Ah." He goes, "You are Pharasman."
Yes, I am.
"Ah, then we cannot let you go with something necessarily too unshowy either." He goes, "I would not want to offend your goddess, being a priest of hers." He goes, "It's not often I get priests of Pharasma from the upper world down into my humble smithy. So," he says, "what can I do? What can I do? Let me see. How about..." "Yes," he says, "how about this?" He goes, "It is a slightly magic dagger, but it conducts electricity. Quite good when used in combat situations." He says, "I will give you the lady's discount and only charge you 7,000 gold for it."
That seems a bit steep. And Aurora casts build trust on him.
Okay.
So he gets a will save, and the DC for the will save should be so it's going to be 10 plus. It should be pretty high because she's got the +4 to her wisdom.
Yep, it'll be the caster level of the spell, so it's a first level, second level, third level.
It's a second level spell.
Okay, and then you get your wisdom applied to it.
Yeah, which will then be a +3, so it should be a 15, DC
right.
15.
So DC 15. Hang
and
on.
it's a will save.
And he does not make it.
So that allows Aurora to know the best way to interact with him in order to encourage positive regard and fellowship toward him, which has already kind of happened, but she's trying to see if there's anything additional that she can do.
You think items of trade value, in other words, something that you could give him that would be of value in his store, that would sell for a nice penny, or he could sell for a marked up penny.
So she pulls out the coral club, the +1 chloral club. And she says, I've had this for a very long time. It has almost become a sentimental piece to me. And it would I would be willing to part with this. I know it's not quite as valuable, but I think that you will find that aiding the service of someone in aiding someone in the service of Pharasma would be worth far more value than just anything you would normally be able to sell. And plus, you have it as a piece that you can say this came from not only a surface dweller, which I am certain is something that is a very rare commodity down here, but it also came from a surface dweller that is in the
He
service of
used it
Pharasma.
to kill what's her name?
Yes, whatever her name was. I don't remember who you're talking about, but yes,
The
whatever.
Aboleth.
Yes.
Used to kill the
Anthuth. You're
Yes.
talking about.
Yes, it was used in the slaying of Onthuth. It was.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Yes.
All right, hang on here. He goes, that is interesting. So you help to kill an Aboleth. You can almost get the feeling he's trying to sense whether you're telling the truth or not. But you get the feeling like he's nodding. And he believes you.
He should believe me because I've built trust with him for the next full day.
Yes.
Actually, I think it's like 7 days. I get 7 days out of it. Or maybe it's 2 days. No, it's 7 days.
That's so close to rolling a 20.
Yeah. It's always a beautiful thing, right? All right.
Why can't I roll today? God.
Give me a second here. I'm kind of
You're
fleshing.
rolling just fine if you were rolling for golf.
Yes. Can't do the shicking. It's shocking. Unfortunately,
Well, just think how well we'd be rolling if playing a game version of D&D that had lower numbers or better system like THAC0 in 2nd edition.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And trust me,
Ah,
if we were, I would be rolling high.
Aurora also pulls out the long-standing sack of spittle sack from the river drake that she's actually held on to for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And says, now this is probably something that I would imagine you may not have ever seen down here specifically, but this is actually from a river drake specifically, and hands it to him to kind of look over.
He
And
looks
you can
at
see
it.
that perhaps you may not. No, it's not an adhesive. That's a. If I remember correctly, the spittle sack was like acidic or
Yes.
or something. Yeah.
He goes, this I can use in my crafting process. He says, I tell you what, put the two together and I will knock 3,000 off the price.
Oh, this guy really wants the gold, bruh.
No, he actually not, because normally a dagger of this quality would cost anywhere from 84 to 8,600.
No, that's a fantastic deal. That's a fantastic
Yes.
deal.
He really is.
She says, Aurora says, I can agree to that. I don't think Aurora necessarily brought all her gold down, but she should probably have about 4,000. She's got 7,000 total now available to her. So
He goes, either that, or I can give you a similar dagger. This one not conductive, but it's good for underwater. In other words, you will have no hamperage using it under here. No negatives. He goes for the same price. And you can see it, and it's well designed. And it looks like, and he lets you pick it up and swing it. It holds no resistance in the water, like a normal dagger would. For slicing. So you could use it either for piercing or for slashing type of damage. Up to you. He says the other is not necessarily that. He says
it would
for
probably have
piercing, no problem. But he says if you wanted to slash something, you would have much more difficulty.
She goes, well, to be honest, I'm mostly looking at it as a defensive weapon.
Of course.
You know, as a priestess of Pharasma.
Of course.
You know, my primary focus is on helping and aiding my allies whenever the need arises, but sometimes that does require taking matters into my own hands.
Both look really nice. I mean, again, if you were to look at them for crafting them, they'd be a +2 value, either one. So they're really nice weapons.
I'm thinking the electric one probably makes the most sense.
Okay. All right, so I'll remove your underwater club.
Yep.
And then your, where is it?
Spittle sack. It's in.
Yep, there it is. Spittle sack. All right, you were able to do some things. I will put that on there. Now you have that as your top item there, and the weight on that is 2. And there you go.
A lot lighter too. Yay.
He says, anything else? Now remember, you guys have some of the +1 tridents and other things that maybe you have excess of.
Aurora looks at Felix and Chunk, and is there any extra weapons that you guys may have that he might be interested in?
Well, I do have several items that I thought would be upgrades for me that I might be willing to part with for a good.
And
yeah,
and Aurora says, and of course, these are my allies. They also aided in the slaying of Onthuth as well.
He goes, then we have a very famous party in town. I will make sure to share that with my fellow shopkeepers. He goes, it's no wonder the lady wanted you to stay at her home. And no wonder she took you in so quickly. You're the one that saved her daughter, yes.
Yes, we are.
Word travels. He goes, we are much in gratitude that you did so. She is a very key customer to our business. So, we would be most welcome to help you in any way we can.
So, Chunk, what items do you have? And then while Chunk is kind of showing those items and pulling them out of the sack, Aurora says, and he specifically deals with hand axes. If you should have any of those that might be of decent value, he might be interested in them.
He goes, those we do. He says, you must understand, we find many things upon ships. Your human ships. We don't try to vandalize them at all. But please understand, we try to do what we can to make sure that... God, please don't be doing this error again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it down and bring it back up.
Okay, so as he's saying that, Aurora says, so who normally brings the goods that are retrieved from the ships and the shipwrecks?
He goes, mostly we get them from expeditions out of this area. He says, though, however, there are times that we do work with the Undertow. Not very often, though. We find that some of their stuff is less reputable when it comes to that. Though there are groups that are financed by Jurix, unfortunately. And we have no control.
It sounds like Jurix controls, at least to some extent, the majority of trade throughout the city. Maybe not all of it, but a good portion of the trade throughout the city.
Yes.
In some way, shape, or form.
Yes. It is an unfortunate thing, but yes. Jurix does do such things.
Aurora looks over at Felix. Do not tell Markale any of this.
I think monopolies are bad for business.
They are, but if
tell me all of
Markale were to find out, she would never want to leave. She would make this her other home.
Markale's monopolistic Talasantri house. House of Talasantri Wonders.
Mansion of monopolies? That sounds amazing.
Yes.
Monopoly with another. I'm just talking about getting rid of one monopoly.
No, I'm in agreement with you. There's a reason why Aurora was willing to kind of insert herself into the matter that was taking place earlier, knowing full well that something is likely to come of that.
All right, so it is back up and running for the moment. We'll see how it does. Yep, it still looks like it's got you where I had you. Yep.
Good deal.
Haven't lost anything.
Aurora says, so how often do these expeditions tend to go out, and do you have any idea where they tend to go to?
Quite often. She goes, they go towards what was the human Azlanti Islands, and they also go to the sea to the west. He goes, but not as many. He goes, out that way are very big dangers that are not worth going to.
Understood. Understood. And you were saying that you might have something of value, hand axe wise.
Yes.
For my little friend over here.
Of course, of course. He goes, he says, now this is my prize. He goes, this, when it deals damage to a creature, the creature is disoriented by its blow. And it can suffer bad effects on trying to swim, on initiative, or attacking you, attack rolls, things like that. It affects a lot of different aspects. We call it the disorienting hand axe. He said it is nice value. He says, for you, I will part with it for 24,000 gold. She goes, it is a nice item. I understand if you cannot. He says, otherwise, we have this very nice magic hand axe he puts down. It will be around 6,000 that I would part with it. Makes it easier to hit creatures because of its enchantments.
Aurora goes up to Chunk and asks him quietly, so how much do you have to spend on a hand axe right now?
Well, honestly, I'm not looking to buy a hand axe. I like my pig poker.
Aurora turns and says, and what about spears? That you may have?"
That is an interesting thing. He says, I have quite a few. Being that we are underwater. He goes, now understand, we do not use metal on the blade. He goes, I have a coral-bladed one, which he sets down, that looks beautiful. He goes, this one has enhanced coral, so that the coral will not break upon tougher hides. She goes, this one here it creates greater wounds. They call it the screaming spear of the sun. She goes, this one I cannot part with easily. This one would be
way more than 20.
Yes.
And so Aurora says, well, let me ask you a question. Of course, we're travelers from the surface. It is not likely that we're going to be carrying all of our wealth upon us. Might there perhaps be something that we can do for you, or some particular object or item that you are interested in finding that you've heard tales about that maybe we can keep in mind that might be valuable to you enough to maybe consider a long-term investment in us?
He says, well, Typhor says to you, well, there was a shipwreck north of here, about 8 to 10 miles. He goes, within there was supposedly a very nice suit of armor the captain had. You can have whatever else is in there, but the suit of armor I ask for. Get me that suit. He said, he says, I can take this boar spear, which he slaps down. I can either make it conduct electricity or cold, whichever you prefer, and it will be an even trade. Or, he says, I would give you the hand axe with only 4,000 extra cost to it.
Interesting.
We understand the value of things down here, and we understand we cannot always get everything like we want. And I can only make so much.
Indeed.
And he goes, some people here don't use these as weapons. They use it as collection items of their collection.
That makes sense.
Of course, it would be understandable for for those who consider themselves to be of high esteem to have such pieces as showpieces, which Aurora has picked up from Markale speaking about things like that, and probably Hargrove or whatever his name is,
Harcourt.
Harcourt, thank you, Harcourt as well, who probably talks about his showpieces all the time.
Yep.
And she goes, so one final thing I would like to leave you with. You now have the ability to tell you, and you've mentioned you will tell your fellow shopkeepers that our group visited your shop and even purchased items
Of
from your
course.
shop and did business. That is extremely valuable to you from a prestige aspect.
Of course.
Within the city. Should we succeed in our venture to retrieve this set of armor, I suspect that if the shipwreck still remains and the suit of armor still remains, and there are stories about it, there are those that have tried and failed, that would increase the prestige of your shop even further.
Of course.
And I believe this to be more valuable than just a single enchantment added to a weapon. With that being said, I would appreciate consideration beyond just a straight swap, and continued business and continued trade, and your continued use of our names as proprietors of your shop.
Well, he says, what do you call your invention company?
Maidens of Mischief. That's what I continued to say we called it.
All right.
That's OOC. That's OOC for what it's worth.
Markale's Maidens of Mischief?
No, Markale's not there.
Nope.
You'll have to tell her about this when you get back.
All right.
No, we don't.
He says, this we can do.
She looks at Felix like, this is the first time you see Aurora fumbling since they've been talking. Like, she really has no idea what to call themselves.
Yeah, you know.
Just gives a thumbs up. Yeah, that works.
Maidens of Mischief. We're called the Maidens of
The
Mischief.
mischief.
Didn't we have this conversation like a...
Oh,
We did.
yes.
We went with Maidens of Mischief, but that was right before Chunk and Felix joined the
That's
party.
right. But that's okay. They're and +2 or whatever. You know.
The Misters and Maidens of Mischief.
There you go.
Oh, that's horrible.
Or the maidens and misters. Oh,
Masters and Maidens of Mischief.
masters and
There
maidens
you
of
go.
mischief. There you go. I like it.
Oh, Mayhem. Yeah, not Mischief. Mayhem and
Mayhem.
Mischief.
There you go.
Maybe we can do both. Mayhem and Mischief.
Mayhem. I love it. Masters and maidens of mayhem. Because mayhem always seems to follow. I love it.
Or we can be non-sexist and put maidens first. Maidens and masters of Mischief.
That's right.
Mayhem.
The muttering mayhem mumblers.
We're known as the group. As long as we don't add bop to the end.
Let me tell you, at this point, once you've named the party, you know you are definitely friends and adventurers. At that point, it's all fun after that, no matter what happens. All right, so shifting back as you guys are getting ready and finishing up things with him, ladies.
Rick Drecissa addressed you. Did say she had to go in 15 minutes. So
Oh, okay. Do we want to go ahead and then put a stake in it?
Might not be a bad call.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
probably a good idea.
I will
Or
do
about
this
that
for next time.
spear in it.
Oh. All right, I will put this here.
Aurora will put a conductive dagger in it.
So I will leave it at this way. Whoever wants to write up this week, which by the way, please keep writing up the parts of the story because that's fun outside. And you always got these videos you can go back to, which now is going to be broken into 3 videos because of the one little meltdown with the system where I had to reboot it. You do see 2 male and 2 female cicalia speeding for you ladies heading towards the shop, the tailor shop. To be continued.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
I am
dun.
getting my new dress, damn it.
Yes. Hey.
I have to do community service. Aurora can never know that this happened. I'm getting my dress.
The best part about this, Rick, is it's almost like the roles have been completely reversed this session.
Oh, I know. It's
great.
It has been so much fun. I gotta say, I normally don't love a splitting of the party, but the way you all do it, I do, because it makes it fun. It's easy to go from one to the other to one to the other, and it's just, yeah, so much. Don't tell the others. That should be the title of this session. So don't tell the others. In fact, I'm going to use that.
What did you guys do? Oh, you know, we just walked around. Yeah.
Shopping.
But we just walked around, bought a knife.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
bought a knife.
so this week's title will be "So Don't Tell the Others." ... Just cause it's awesome, and then you can even put in there maidens and masters of mayhem. Oh, y'all, I just love this. You make GMing just so much more fun and easy. You really do.
I feel like we need to change the campaign name now to that.
Yeah, forget Ruins of Azlant. So don't tell the others.
A funny thing happened on the way
yeah.
for Asmart.
Exactly. And then in parentheses, Ruins of Azlant continued. So people don't get weirded out that we just dropped the other. No, we didn't. We just changed the titling of it. Oh, golly. Thank you guys for a great week. From a guy who's been sick, you've made my week.
Thank you. Hope you feel better soon.
All right.
You need to feel better.
Thanks, I appreciate it. All right, 2 weeks for the Maidens and Masters of Mayhem.
Weekend.
Oh, is that Thanksgiving?